it's starting down low, you might not feel it so much that way, but the idea is it flows up through the chest, over the crown to the third eye, and then from that roof of mouth all the way back down, returns with the exhale. So as you find yourself at this moment in time, inhaling and exhaling, focusing on the third eye, and enjoying the sense of perhaps peace and calm that come with this natural deep belly breath. As we continue to move through this creative cycle, we're focusing on the fire activity. And we want to reiterate the crane again tonight. So from here, just to give us a little bit of warming up, let's begin by inhaling as we lift the energies up, and then exhale, sending them down. And the emphasis as we swing hands is on the back swing. You can allow for this visual of yourself drawing energies upwards, up the governing channel, and sending it down the conception vessel. So in a way, there's almost this fire and water flow that's taking place. Certainly the solar and the lunar energies engaged here. Very active, natural, deep, expansive belly breath. Flowing, breathing, being. In this moment, each successive moment, continuing swing hands. For those of you as joining us, we're engaged to swing hands. Looking for a rhythm, your own natural rhythm. Excellent. Let's do 5 more. Finish with the arms outstretched overhead. Here's my last one, just reaching up to the heavens. Here again, you are the bridge connecting heaven and earth. Allow yourself to feel the flow of energies through you. Heavenly energy, solar energy, and then earthly energy, lunar energy. We'll slowly let the hands drift out and down. Slowly. And then take an inhale and lift. Bring the right arm up over the left, bend the knees, and we'll embrace the moon. And then we'll open and left over right as we embrace the moon. Right at chest level, heart. And here again, you're finding your own perfect cadence. One palm comes to rest over the other. There's a big opening, circling. the flow. And this is just a little warm up before we move into the crane, that symbol of summer. So notice how your heart responds here. How your internal thermostats engages. You may also notice your digestion. What perhaps starts to transpire there. Excellent. Inhales open out to the sides. Let the arms float down slowly. Hinge from the hips and hang upside down. Now try to straighten the legs as best you can. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet. And then inhale up left. Coming up left, twisting, back bending, glutes engaged, coming down right. So we are flowing big circles. Think of this as the solar energy. Lifting up left, flowing down right. Twisting the spine, very powerful. Aware of whatever is happening now. Deep belly breath. Now, as we're dealing with the fire elements representative of that time of life, 25 to 55, give or take. It is also think of it as the becoming, the reaching of the pinnacle. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have opportunities later on or before that, but this is a special peaking. We can think of it as peaking. So there is a bit of an intensity. We also must be aware that if we let the intensity burn too strong, we burn out. And do two more, finish hanging upside down. And as before, straightening the legs, relaxing the head, arms can dangle. You could rest the hands on the legs if you prefer. Maybe they reach to the earth. But the key is, are your legs straight? Deep belly breath. Feeling the imprint of that solar movement. Now we'll inhale up the right side and we'll add in the balance, the lunar. And here again, glutes engage on the back bend. Deep belly breath. Everyone do 4 more. And when you finish with your fourth one, hang upside down as before. Legs are straight. Head is relaxed. Arms are dangling or maybe touching the earth or resting on your legs. Shifting the weight into the balls of the feet. And as you're ready, bring the arms with the ears and slowly lift using your core strength. Reaching up to the heavens, letting the arms float back and down. And finding ourselves now just situated comfortably, toes straight ahead. Now let's imagine it for just a moment that maybe we felt we had to do something else. And it seems to me that just might involve a little bit of twisting. So let's take swimming dragon. So we'll follow the right arm as it comes across to the left side, perpendicular, and then the lower arm switching now, of course, left coming across the chest at shoulder height. The lower arm traveling diagonally. Upper arm moves perpendicular, palm to sky. The lower arm travels diagonally, palm facing earth. You follow the upper arm, upper hand with the eye. And you turn as far around as is natural for you. Maybe it becomes a greater turn as you move. A natural, deep, expansive belly breath. Flow. What are you aware of now? Excellent. And now let's do another 4 sets. So that would be 8 movements. We'll finish as you return to the right. I'm just coming up on my 4th. If you put an extra one in, that is fine. And letting the left hand trail down. And just for a moment, it might be appropriate to shake the hands just to activate the chi, the prana. Natural deep belly breath. You can begin to slow the shaking. It wasn't for very long. You can always do more if you need to. And then with those feet, let's just, maybe it's kick a few times. Some of you may prefer to circle around with them or flex extend, but I just feel like kicking. So you can see what feels right to you. Excellent. Then we'll come back to neutral. And maybe you just need to, brush it off, shake it out, and get more. Find yourselves now with the toes turning out, 30, 45 degrees, the heels angled inwards. And we'll begin the crank. So these are our nice little bird legs. We're standing in our normal Qigong stance, except for the angle of the feet. Wings are in front of you, and we'll slowly lift. Just inhaling up. Exhaling, letting them float down. Just keep the palms facing the heavens. Inhaling up. You can feel the energy flowing up under the chin. Exhaling down. Find your own cadence. Notice the energetics here, flowing up that triple warmer, up to the heart, lowering down past the small intestine, rising up to the pericardium, all the fire organs, fire pathway. But let the focus be on this bird, but you might also want to have a color of red, or maybe a direction of south. Maybe you want to focus on that phoenix, the exacting of a bird, or a cardinal, something red that is a bird. And we'll do this one slowly, slowly lowering back down. Just notice what you are aware of now. Feet are still the same. And we'll bring our fingers together. Now, sometimes it's a little awkward, so just gentle, just bringing them in. We'll lift up to the shoulder height. And it's just a little bit of a lift with the wrists, the hands coming up, and then a relaxation of the beak, the forming of the beak with the fingers. As the hand comes back down, the wrist lowers, the beak forms, and we lift again. And then we relax and lower down. And you continue here. Slight bend in the elbows, the fingers coming together as you lift, relaxing as they float down. A subtle movement, but very strong because of the expansion of the wings, or the holding out of your wings. It's just slight movement in the arm. It's almost all right there in the wrist and the hand and the finger. How many of these do we do? Well, that depends. But I think we're pretty good. Let's do one more. Slowly letting the arms, the wings, flow down to the side. And now you'll lift the wings straight up about shoulder height, relaxing down. Palms are open, the fingers gently spread apart. And you're softly flowing, breathing. Lifting. Here again, notice anything that's manifesting itself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Let's do 2 more. Finishing after this one with the arms down at the side. Or the wings at the side. And now as you're ready, let's lift the wings up in front, crossing the wrists. They don't touch, and then they float down, and then the knees slightly. Lift, open, and lower. Notice the sensations in the chest. A sense of expansion and spaciousness. An awakening of your true consciousness, where the heart is the seat of your true consciousness, as well as the organ that pumps the blood, sends the nutrients, the oxygen through the system. Excellent. Returning back to neutral. Now we'll add another dimension. So finding yourself situated where you're standing. And now this time, as you lift the arms, lift the left leg up, open out, gently return your little foot to the floor, and then the right leg. So this takes concentration and focus. And here again, we're looking as a bird of being graceful, focused, light, cool. Let the hip open. Take the leg up and out. And then set it down. Finding the continuity of the movement, the stillness of the mind, the evenness of your internal thermostat. Steadiness of your form. Do one more set. So we finish with the right leg coming up, the right hip opening, gently returning back to our little stance with the toes turned out, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 45. Whatever feels most appropriate for you. Notice what you feel now. What are you aware of? Now the hands will face inwards. So you just imagine your bird wings kind of turned inwards toward your thighs or torso. We'll inhale, so just open out, kind of rolling the shoulders back as the wings open, and then returning. We'll begin to lift just a bit up, closer to the chest, back, not all the way up, just a bit. Opening out and returning. Inhaling. Exhaling. So you're finding your own perfect positioning here. What's happening now? You feel a stretch across the chest. Now we'll return. This next time as you inhale, open and squat on the toes. Now you come down as far as you can go, maintaining the integrity of the balance. Then exhales as you return up, lowering the heels. Inhales as we open. Long spine, squatting. So if there's any knee challenges, you don't come down very far. You still lift the heels as best you can. Find yourself moving with the breath, flowing, breathing, being the bird, engaging the fire element, maintaining your coolness, evening out your temperature. And one more. Returning back, checking back in with your awareness. What are you aware of now? Now as you're ready, the arms still down there, palms facing inwards. Take an inhale and just twist to the left, opening the wings, and just open to the sides, looking over the left shoulder, exhales, return. And then do the same on the right side. And return. Inhales, expand. Exhales, return. Finding your own cadence, working with the breath. What's happening now? Excellent. After the right side, return back to neutral. We'll add the leg into this. Now this time, we're going to take an inhale and open, step out with the left foot, and it's just toes that touch. You could look over the foot or turn to the left shoulder if you like, stepping back in. And then the right toe, just a gentle tap. The weight is all in the back leg. As if you were putting your foot into some water, testing it out. Finding the gracefulness, the continuity, the focus. Do you still have the deep, natural belly breath? Can you feel the stretch through the chest? Or the three burners inside evening out. One more set. Finishing on the right side and returning. Now for this next one, it's the most challenging to me, and I think in general it's usually thought to be. So we want to find our focus and move to whatever level we're ready to go. So here again, we'll start with our feet in their natural stance, and they might just adjust a little bit as we move. There will be a lifting and a balancing on one leg. So we'll inhale up, the palms facing the heavens or the face as we come up, and we're going to turn them over. Now the left will come on top to start with, just to signify the left leg is going to be the standing leg. And as you begin to open the arms out to the side, you will shift the weight to the left leg, and the right leg lifts. Now you may not be able to come down 90 degrees, that's fine. Stay upright more. The arms are out to the side, and you're trying to balance on the left leg. Deep belly breath, straightening it as best you can. And then we'll take the right hand down just to the outside of the left foot, and the left arm behind you, straight back. And then bring the right arm straight ahead. Finding your balance, it's a stretch of the spine, lengthening, hold it. Breathe, and then reach down and gather some earthly energy as you bring the right leg in, and then lift. And you come up, and you try not to fall over. I'm wobbling a little bit myself right now. And we open the arms, or wings, as we open the hip and down. So you notice all the pieces come together now, don't they? We come back into the midline, and we lift. And when you hold it, as I was doing, as I was talking, perhaps too long. So the right hand on top, begin to open the wings as you hinge from the hips. The right leg is standing, find your stability, hold it and breathe. Then take the left hand down across the foot, don't touch the floor, just take it down. Right arm behind you, and bring the left arm forward. Now the palms face the left side, fingers are spread apart. Think of your little bird feathers. Hold it and breathe. And then reach down and gather some water or fish and slowly bring the left leg in, and then it comes up. So you bend at the knee, right? And you open the hip as the arms flow up, or the wings, and gently return down as you set the foot down. Lifting again. Left palm on top as palms face down. Opening, hinging from the hips, left leg is standing leg. The right hand comes across the left foot, palm facing that right side, left arm behind you now. Bring the right arm up so it's level, stretch, breathe. And then reach down and gather as you bring that right knee in, lifting, opening the hip, the arms, and down we go. Flowing up, turning the hands over the right on top, signifying right leg is standing, opening, hinging, breathing. Now the left hand comes down over the right foot, right arm goes behind. Take the left arm forwards now, feel the stretch. Deep belly breath, and reach down, gather and lift. Drawing up, arms opening, hip opening, slowly lowering down. And lifting. Left on top, opening as you hinge from the hips. Finding your balance. Right hand comes down, left arm goes behind you. Take the right arm forwards, palms facing the right. Reach down, gather some earthly energy, water, maybe a fish coming up. Opening, gently setting down. Lifting, right hand turns on top. Opening, right leg is standing. Hinge from the hips. Take the left hand down across the right foot, right arm behind. Left arm comes forwards. Reach down, gather, and lift. You can see the sense of becoming, reaching the peak. Let's do maybe 2 more sets. What do you say? Coming up, left on top, hinge. We'll do 5. 5's good for the 5 elements. Hold it since we're focusing on that. Take the right hand across the left foot, the left arm behind. The right arm comes straight ahead. Hold it and breathe. Fingers spread apart. Reach down and gather and lift. Coming up. Opening and setting down. Lifting. Turning palms over, right on top. Right leg standing, hinge and open your wings. Finding your balance. Left hand comes down across the right foot, right arm behind. Take the left arm forward, hold it and breathe. And then reach down and gather as you bring the left leg in. Inhales and lift. Opening. Slowly lowering. Final set. Coming up. Turning the hands over, left on top, begin to hinge, left leg is standing. Finding the quads engaging. The right hand comes down across the left foot, left arm behind. Bring the right arm forward, hold it and breathe. Then reach down and gather as you bring the right knee in. Inhale, lift, open. And gently lower. And flowing up. Right palm on top. Hinge from the hips, right leg is standing. Taking that left hand down now, right arm behind. Left arm straight ahead, hold it and breathe. And reach down and gather and lift. Up we come, opening, gently setting down. Relaxing the arms at the sides. Feel the imprint of those standing, stationary postures. We're going to move on to a little movement. So I will move in different directions so that you can get the benefit. But if you find a space in your own room, your own environment, and now we'll just have the toes stay straight ahead. The arms or the wings at the sides. So we're going to start off as we step out with that. So the left foot comes out and our wings begin to open. And we lower the toes, the heel, and we turn the chest forward, spreading the wings. And then we'll return, flowing back. Shifting the weight into the back leg as we push behind with the palms. Now you can adjust your left foot a little bit out to the side. And then come through once again as you step. Right toes, heel, opening. And flowing back. Pushing. Maybe adjusting those right toes, coming through. Toe, heel, opening. And then back. And through. Toe, heel, opening. And then back. And just continue. If you can do 2 more, wherever you are, do it. I'm going to change my direction once I get to the right side. And now we'll come back through across the screen this time. So you can't see me at the moment, that is fine. So you found yourself stationary, and we'll step through with the left toes, heel, the arms open out as before. You'll see me momentarily as I come into the camera range. And then I lift, stepping out right, toes, heel, arms opening. So you're getting a little bit of a glimpse. Adjusting my front foot, stepping through left, toe, heels, wings open. Pushing back, shifting the weight. Stepping through now, right, open it, pushing back. Stepping through left, open, and back. Stepping through right, opening, and back. stepping through left. Back, and then stepping through right. Pushing back. Excellent. Let me just take two more. So wherever you are, if you can too, just lift, bring the left leg forward, open the wings, stretch forward, then push back with the palms. Step through right, open, push back, step through left, open, push back, and step through right, open, and push back. Excellent. We'll continue with this movement. So now I want you to just imagine we're moving the hands. You can just alternate for a moment. Just as I'm doing, one palm facing up, one palm facing down. A little bit of rocking side to side. Balancing out, once again, that triple warmer. Now we'll return back. So hopefully you have that sense of just the movement of the hands, yes? Okay, so come back, arms to the side. So we'll take a breath and we're going to step through with the left foot. Now the left foot is going to go forward and the right hand comes up. So left palm faces behind you and kind of towards earth. Right palm about chest level facing up. And we're going to hinge about, 20 degrees at the hips and look and twist over, or twist and look over left shoulder. So there's a little canting forward of the torso. And then we'll lower the heel and we'll step through. And now toes, twist, look over the right shoulder. And then lower the heel and step through left toes, looking over left. And down, stepping through, looking over right. And lowering, stepping through, looking over left, lowering. And if you have the room, step through right, twist, cant forward a little bit, lower the heel, bring the feet back together. But if you're perfect, keep going, don't wait for me. I'll walk across the room now. So I'm stepping left, starting on left side, lowering the heel, stepping to right, toes, twisting, looking over my right shoulder up into the air, lowering right heel, stepping through left, canting that little bit, stepping through right, canting, stepping through left, and I just dropped my heel. So sometimes this is the thing, I'm trying to avoid not stepping on my timer. And we enjoy this movement. So you can hasten the speed if you like. So I will come back to center for a moment because we're on the final movement now, and this will be similar, but we're adding the last dimension. It gets a little more challenging. So as before, we'll step out with the left foot, right palm faces up, we're hinging, canting. This time looking over left shoulder, lift the left leg up so that knee comes up about hip level, maybe even a little higher. Then gently sets down and we switch, step through, right toes touch, look over right shoulder, lift the right leg, and then down, step through left, look over left shoulder, then lift the leg, and down, step through right, right toes, lift the leg, and down, step through left, left toes, and down, step to right, lifting the right leg, and down. I'll walk back, stepping left, hinging from the hips, lifting the left leg, and down, stepping through right, right toe, looking over right shoulder, lifting, and down, stepping left, lifting, and down, stepping right, twisting, looking over right, and down, stepping left, looking over left, lifting, and down, stepping right, looking over right, lifting, and down. And so now just find yourselves returning, having completed the crane frolic, symbol of fire elements, summertime, Finding yourself standing in your natural Qigong stance. Just take an inhale and open from the lower dantian for a moment. Exhale to return. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now the feet could stay apart or you could step them in together. We'll slowly lift the hands up, the midline, over the shoulders, around the head, pressing down to the feet, sealing the practice in through the lower part. Sweeping up from the sides, up to the heavens, gathering fresh energies, pressing down, sealing the practice in through the middle burner. And one more time, lifting from low, coming up over the shoulders, around the head, pressing down, sealing the practice in through the upper burner. Bring the hands to the belly, female right, male left, switch it up if you like. The other hand over top. Let the eyes be closed for a moment and feel the imprints. What are you aware of now? So if you found there were a few of these you liked, try them out. Integrate them. See what happens during the day. Slowly lift the hands in front of the face, vigorously rub them together, create a little heat. Place the hands over the eyes and allow for the inwards penetration of that life force. And slowly, slowly, you can open the eyes, we'll let the hands drift down, out and around, encapsulating that right fist, the left palm, a gentle bow, and then relaxing down. Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed Crane. It was Crane 2.0 for those who were in class on Friday. But have a lovely rest of the night. And thank you for tuning in. And again, feel free to send notes, comments, whatever. All right.
Thank you, Michael. Have a good evening.
Thank you. You as well.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank
Good night,
you
Michael.
all.
Thank you.